Hello, and welcome to this edition of NBC.com's Chat with the Coaches. We wanted to take another great question from one of our members. And coaches, we have a great question today about equipment. Liz from Ohio writes in, I live in a temperate climate that gets very hot in the summer and very cold in the winter, and I've heard that leaving my bowling balls in the trunk of my car can be very bad on them. Is this true?
Well, you know, when you talk about from two perspectives, really, it's bad. Number one, from the ball's performance. If you put it in the trunk of your car and it's 0 outside in the middle of the winter, you're in Ohio, that ball's going to skid down the lane. It's not going to want to grab the lane. It's got moisture on it from the heat in the building and the coldness and that ball being frozen. And the other side of the coin is when it's real hot, it's 140 degrees in your trunk and even hotter in the summertime, that ball is going to be softer. It's going to be heated up. It's going to want to grab the lane and overhook. That's one, ball performance. And then number two is what it does to the ball. The ball itself, it can ruin the bowling ball because we have 3 different materials in a ball usually, 2 and/or 3, and they expand and contract at different rates. As they get cold and as they get warm, they expand and contract. Pretty soon you have cracking, you have separations. And Coach, I know some other things. Not only this cracking separation, how a ball, you ruin the ball from the manufacturing standpoint, but how it reacts.
And it actually doesn't feel very good on your hand either. When you have a bowling ball in your car for a long period of time, then all of a sudden it's cold, you put your hand in it, it hurts. I mean, a lot of times your hand doesn't ever settle down. It takes a while for your hand to feel good in the bowling ball when it's cold. And when it's hot in the car, if you've got tape in that bowling ball, I've seen a sloppy, goppy, goopy mess in a thumb hole.
Oh, yeah, that feels sort of like olive oil in the thumb
hole.
Oh,
it's horrible.
Yeah,
and then what are you going to clean it out with? And you may not have anything. You don't have anything to clean out that thumb hole. So the heat can sometimes just make a mess of it in the thumb hole with the tape in there.
So Coach, what do we tell this person? What do they need to do? I think, I hate to say it, maybe you need to take it to the office with you. Take it inside. You need to protect it or take it to the bowling center. Get a locker at the bowling center. Leave it at the bowling center. But yes, very good question. Let's not leave that ball in the car in extreme heats and extreme cold weather, expansion and contraction, the cracking and separation of the ball performance, ball feel. Well, there's a lot going on there. That's a pretty good question. Seems simple, but it's a lot more complicated than what it seems.
Sloppy, goppy, goopy, is that right?
Yeah.
I love that. Liz, thanks for a great question. Basically, like Coach Borden said, leave it in the office at work, leave it in the house, get a locker at the bowling center. Basically, try to keep it at room temperature as best you can. That way it kind of avoids those extremes, and you'll have your bowling ball intact a lot longer, and it won't have that separation or any of that performance problems going on with it. So thanks for the question. We'll see you next time on NBC.com's Chat with the Coaches.